Okay, today we're going to do a little bit of troubleshooting. I have a lovely picture that I have here. What I did was I used my stamp brushes, layer 1, 2, 4, and 5. I had a layer 3, but I didn't like it, so I deleted it. I grouped them into a nice little group here. I duplicated it, and then I moved the duplicates out of that group so that I can move things around freely. I duplicated the palm tree, I duplicated the flowers, and I named each one of my layers. That way I'm not going to get confused. We got palm 1 here on the left, palm 2 on the right, flower 1 on the left, flower 2 on the right. We got the coconuts and we got the tiki. So I've got the tiki up here at the top because I want it to be front and center. I want everything to be seen on this. Quick way to color is duplicate the layer, select the one below, and then we select outside, do an invert, tap, and fill. So what that does is it creates just a blank flat color underneath your line art. And isn't that nice? So we're going to do the same thing with the coconuts. Let's give the coconuts a darker color. We're going to duplicate it. We're going to take the lower layer. We're going to select, and it didn't select outside the coconuts, it selected outside the tiki. Well, let's select just the coconuts. And no, that doesn't work. So here's the first problem. You're coloring on your color layer, and it just completely wipes everything out. How could that be? Well, if you look in here, we're looking at each layer. Is there anything different? No. Let's open these up. Layer 1 is set to reference. Your reference layer is going to decide when you select or fill where it's going to select and fill. So let's take that reference off. And now, if I come over here to this layer of coconuts and I select outside, it selects outside the coconuts. You will notice that it doesn't seem to fill in the whole thing there though. So if I tap and drag my cursor to the right, it fills more. And I want to select, let's say about that much. And we'll select that, and we'll select that. And then we'll do an invert and a fill. And that didn't work. Well, that's because the silhouette for the coconuts is solid. So duplicating the coconut layer in order to get the color in there really doesn't work very well. So let's just take this and we'll drag and drop the color onto each of the coconuts. And there you go, they're all colored. Now what I want to do is take this tree 1, the palm tree number 1, there it is. I want the trunk to be brown and the leaves and the grass to be green. So we can go in here and, well, that's way too big first of all. And we can trace this, but it's not going to work out very well, is it? Because you have to really get that in there. There is an easier way. How do you set it up so it will not color outside? There are two methods. Method 1 is to create a clipping mask. You tap on the name of the layer and you say clipping mask. And then when you color, it's only going to color where you want it to. Of course, you still have to worry about when you color the green part in, how do you keep it from getting into the brown? Well, this is an easy fix. Let's delete that layer. I'm going to duplicate. And then what I'm going to do on this top palm, I am going to do a freehand selection. And we'll zoom in and we'll get the general shape of our leaves here. We'll go all the way down. And let's get the general shape of our grass here. And then at the bottom you can click on copy and paste. We're turning this duplicate of the palm one off. And now you can drag and drop into that palm for the brown. Let's give it a dark green for the leaves and a slightly lighter green for the grass. Oh, I can't do a lighter green for the grass? And you're wondering why that is? Well, it's because when you're coloring the entire palm beneath. How do you fix that? I mean, we can't just keep coloring this way because we're going to go over the lines too easily. Tap on your palm and do an alpha lock. That way you cannot color outside the lines. This is the second way of coloring just where you want to color. So now whenever I do my color, I can just swipe up and down, no problem. It gets just what I want. I can even increase my brush and just really get that sucker in there. And then choose a lighter green for the grass. And there's ways of troubleshooting how you can color a picture that has solid shapes without having to be very careful about how you do it. I hope all of this has helped you, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.